Once upon a time, my friend Tony asked me how I journal. And this is how I journal. Intro.
Fight.
So, I was reading this book by Tim Ferriss called The Tools of Titans. And The Tools of Titans is all about the common traits between successful people. And two of the most common traits were journaling and mindfulness. I kind of lumped them into the same thing because of the way journaling can affect your mindset. Most importantly, it helps you improve clarity and overall focus, and you can even use it to track your goals. However, I've never really been very good at tracking my goals with it, mostly because I'm kind of lazy and complexity tends to fail when it comes to journaling. So the question is, what do I journal about? So I have three specific ways that I like to journal. Number one is train of thought, which is basically where I'm just writing down exactly what I'm thinking about, which is more often than not how I do not want to be journaling right now. Train of thought journaling is basically to take all of those mushy, annoying thoughts that aren't really leading anywhere that productive. Usually, or more often than not, it's just sitting, thinking about things that piss you off, and you just sitting all day meditating on it. So writing out your train of thought helps you kind of work through all of your thoughts on a particular topic instead of just being frustrated by them. They're often referred to as spiritual windshield wipers to get all those muddy thoughts out of your brain and focusing more on your daily tasks and your goals and whatever else. Okay, so the second type of journaling that I like to do is called questioning journaling. This is from a book called A More Beautiful Question by Warren Berger. And he says you just write just the question. You can answer it in your head, or you don't have to. You can just ask another question right after that. And that's the entire journaling. So you basically just writing bullet points, one after the other, of questions. And this is used more often in the innovation side to journaling, where you're trying to find the core problem that you're thinking about working on. So you take something like, why do I want to journal? Like, why do I feel like I need to journal? What do I think it'll bring me? Why do I think it'll bring me clarity? What does spiritual windshield wiper mean? Going through all of those different questions just to get them out of your brain, and you can focus down on the core root of the problem. Number three is structured and kind of scripting, blogging type journaling. This is more purposeful. You're writing for an ideal audience, and this is something where basically my process starts from research. You go from research and you pick out specific bullet points. So anything that pops out in your reading or research, you're writing down specific bullet points, and then you go through and you revise until you got a script or blog or whatever else. I do all those types of journaling, that and like to-do lists. I will take paper journals like this one, and I will use them for a lot of different things. This one specifically is for my drawing. And then the other one is just my regular journal where I'll do a lot of my brain dump kind of thoughts and working through problems and ideas and different things like that. I'll write out drawing wireframes. Yeah, my paper journals are used for brain vomit, where nobody's allowed to see those because it just lets me get out a lot of the thoughts that have just been on my mind and I'm not really getting anywhere with. Drawing wireframes or pretty pictures, and then my questioning ones where I'm just writing question. The rest of my journaling I'll do on my laptop, which is where I put a lot of my more structured content, and sometimes if I don't feel like pulling out my paper journal, I will just write all of my regular stuff in there and just get it all out. For my note-taking apps and journaling apps, I use Notion. It helps improve typing, and it helps me jump right into scripting or writing a blog post. So if I am doing one of my brain dumps and I find something actually interesting in there that I want to expand upon and something that I would actually release to people, then I will just take that and I can, in Notion, I can just put / another page and then write a whole new blog post based on that, just that one thought. So Notion's super useful with that. The other thing I like to do when I'm doing that, when I'm typing, is I'll listen to my lo-fi beats playlist on Spotify, which is awesome, and I will type to the beat and it actually works so well. I highly recommend it because I get pretty bored when I'm just sitting there typing. Even if it's an interesting thought, it's just like silence and I'm just sitting there and all I hear is my keyboard. So if I can put some rhythm to it, it actually keeps me going, gives me some momentum, and it's awesome. Lo-fi beats, the link is in the description. Okay, and then my final one that I do online is just my notes app. It syncs between all my devices like this, and I basically just use it for to-do lists, grocery lists. If I want my girlfriend to see my grocery list, then we can just share it. It's nice because everybody has an iPhone, or everyone should have an iPhone. So another thing that people do, not me, all the time, are the reviews. Daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. People do it all the time, and I think it's I've done it before, and I do it anyway in my just kind of brain dump thoughts, just see how'd the day go, how'd the week go, whatever else. But it's a good way to keep track of your goals and your habits and your long-term, medium-term, short-term, long-term, super-term goals. So I've never really been that good at sticking to them, but I have had journals that kind of start to help you do it. So I had this journal called the Panda Journal, which basically it has a whole bunch of different cadences for just reflection. So there's a daily one, and a couple of the prompts on there was like what are you grateful for? What are you gonna do as a break today? What's your workout for today? Kind of keeping you accountable. Great idea, and I love the idea of it. However, I'm never able to pick up that. It feels like a chore when you're doing it, rather than just sitting down and like starting to journal and working those things out on your own, taking what's top of mind. Accountability partner video coming soon too. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend trying and working out to see if doing the daily, weekly, monthly reviews is for you. I tend to already do it and think about it a lot, so I don't necessarily it ends up feeling more like a chore to me. But try it out, see if it works for you, you know? Okay, and the last thing I really wanted to talk about was morning pages. This is more of the stream of consciousness kind of idea, but it's specifically from this lady called Julia Cameron. She's the author of The Artist's Way, a morning pages journal. And she was the one that called the morning pages spiritual windshield wipers. The common traits between successful people with journaling and mindfulness. This is where that kind of intersects, because what you end up thinking about all day is really what you're meditating on all day. And if you're thinking about things that aren't necessarily, or that are just a closed loop where you're like, damn, I'm pissed off about this, and then damn, I'm pissed off about this, and it's all day long, you end up not really getting anywhere and working through those thoughts. So writing it down, and she just says like 2 crappy pages a day. The important part about that is that the process is mattering way more than the product. You can always develop a good product once you get the process down. That's really key to doing all of this journaling, getting your monkey mind on paper so that you can then go through and figure out the important parts of what you're thinking about and expand on that, and keep revising it and improving your thought processes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and comment if you have any other ideas of how to journal and what works for you. I will catch you on the flip-flop.
Knockout. You win.